Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and Degenerates, and to complete our 90s week, we are talking about a film that put a certain filmmaker on the map, and that filmmaker is M. Night Shyamalan. Our first M. Night Shyamalan movie.
This is your first M. Night Shyamalan
No,
movie?
our Geeks and Degenerates first M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, okay, cool. I could have sworn we did, something by him.
Nah,
No?
it's just the amount of things we did is getting to you. If you're asking what my first Shyamalan movie was, fucking Last Airbender, and that was a disaster.
Same. No, but I think I saw Sixth Sense and, what was that alien one with Joaquin Phoenix?
Signs.
Science, yeah. I think I saw Science and, Sixth Sense, somewhere here or there. But the one I really went out to the theater and watched was Avatar, sadly.
Damn you, Shyamalan.
Yeah. Lady in the Water, I think, also was.
Yeah, I did
I think.
start with Lady in the Water and then did Airbender and then never again until other reviewers like Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johnson were like, no, he is a good filmmaker, it just depends on the script and what he does. If he has a smaller budget like this one, he does really well. And again, this movie put him on the map, and they called him the next Spielberg, and we kind of know where it went from there. But we're not talking about that one. Hey, man.
His is not bad. I could see the whole whimsical, magical sense.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And his follow-up was Unbreakable, which is pretty good too, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, we already said how we started with Shyamalan and how Drummer started watching The Sixth Sense. I started with Netflix because I'm like, Stuckman says it's pretty good, and it is pretty good. That's about it.
Ciao.
Bye. 10 out of 10, no. But seriously, yeah, we start with Bruce Willis, who's Malcolm Crowe. He's a famous child psychologist awardee who was revered throughout the city of Philadelphia. And life is good with him and his wife.
I should pull up the cast, but
and
yeah,
the Crow.
Yeah, I do love this build-up where it's just a happy couple. You're just seeing them enjoy Christmas and looking at a very expensive flag.
Yeah.
And as the night goes on, they get to the bedroom and oh shit, somebody fucking broke in.
Yeah.
I don't know. This whole movie, I don't know if you saw the trailers for, the old trailers for this movie. They really made this into somewhat of a horror movie.
Yeah.
How they depicted it, and that's what I was trying to set myself for. What's gonna happen? It's fucking scary. Oh, it's just a crazy dude in a bathroom.
Yeah.
All naked and shit.
One of Malcolm's old patients that he failed years ago, and he wants to seek out why and get his revenge. And he shoots Malcolm and shoots himself. A year passes, and you see that Malcolm's dealing with the repercussions of that. He's still a child psychologist, but he's haunted by his failure.
Yeah, so he isn't the person that he used to be. Which I guess kind of leaks into Haley Joel Osment's character, where
his first
I'm
movie.
not. Yeah, I'm not the best anymore.
Yeah.
The expensive plaque doesn't mean anything anymore. It's after that traumatic event, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Also, honest thing, why don't they move out? When somebody murders themselves in their bathroom, do you think you want to stay there? I guess
I don't know.
houses are expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive to move.
Yeah, I mean, they're less expensive than they are now, but yeah, houses were expensive in the 90s as well. So, but yeah, he meets Cole Sear, who's again played by Haley Joel Osment, and his mom is played by Toni Collette, who we all know now from Knives Out and Hereditary. So she's been with us for a while.
Yeah, I forgot I was Toni Collette. Holy shit.
Yeah. And Cole is a troubled person. He often talks to himself. He plays with toys by himself. Not to get the phrase wrong.
He plays with himself. I was like, oh no, you want to go at that again?
No.
He is a loner, and he does like he does that thing where you just pay. I guess he pays the kid to be like, hey, can you just look like my friend so my mom doesn't worry?
Yeah.
Or then he puts his arm around him, and then immediately like, saw that? That was good acting, right?
Yeah. We no friends anymore. Oh, okay.
Okay. Who was that kid, by the way? Who was like the kid who like bullies him? He looks familiar.
Yeah, I didn't really dive into what actor that was. Tony. But yeah, he meets Cole at first at church, and nothing is really out of the ordinary. There is a few scratches and bruises on his arms, and you're like, uh-oh. And then he takes the figure of the church for himself, and you're like, what's that about? He needs more toys. And then later on you find out, like, that makes sense. For now, he is troubled, and his mom is trying to make ends meet, and he doesn't really communicate his problems to his mom. And that's what Malcolm is trying to do. You also find out that his wife is very cold to him. You're like, I guess work consumed him.
Yeah, which was a thing, right? Like at the beginning when he was talking to his wife. That's why he got the rewards, that he prioritized work over anything else, especially his wife. And it is a very slow movie, isn't it? Like before anything really happens, before we delve in deep within.
Yeah.
Yes, there are ghosts. Yes, the sixth sense is you sensing ghosts and seeing them and able to talk to them. But a lot of it is just so much build up. We're trying to build on the character of Haley Joel Osment and Bruce Willis, but I gotta say though, Haley Joel Osment carried this movie on his shoulders like a champ.
Yeah. I do like their second encounter where Cole has a secret and you don't know really what it is, but he's like, I don't like it when people stare at me. Like I have a problem. I know I do, but I don't like people acknowledging that I have a problem, and that's something I can't control.
Oh my god, I fucking love that scene. Where is this the one where he's in the classroom and then they're like, do you know what this like building used to be? And they're like, yeah, they used to hang people.
Yeah.
Wow. And then they're like, no, that's wrong. Well, this used to be a courtroom.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, back in the day they used to hang people there.
Yeah. All the judges and lawyers used to be here. Like, yeah, those are the ones who sentenced them to death. And like he also tells the teacher, like, you used to be called Stuttering Stanley, and the teacher flips out and calls him a freak.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. That was a bit of a jarring scene because it's out of character for Haley Joel, for Cole.
Yeah,
like Cole is a very, very adult child. Like he's a very. You could have a straight up conversation with his kid.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk down a little bit. No. This kid can keep up a conversation, and he's very intellectual. I don't know why at this point he started to go Stuttering Stanley, and yelling.
I just overwhelmed him.
I guess but he was out of character, in my opinion.
And yeah, Malcolm tries to get closer to him. I do like the session where if he pretends to read his mind, and if he guesses correctly, he has to step forward to the steps, and what he guesses like broad stuff like, you're worried I won't be able to help, your mom went through this, she told the secrets and it didn't really do anything for her, and he keeps moving forward. And but then when he gets personal, it's like, oh, your dad gave you that watch before he left. He's like, no, I found it.
Yeah, he left it in his drawer. I was like, and it stopped working. I was like, and then like more and more Bruce Willis keeps getting it wrong. And I was like, it is a pretty cool scene. It does. The duos work really well. I gotta say though, Bruce Willis underperforms here.
Really?
In my opinion. Oh, well, until like the third act. Like throughout the entire movie, it's kind of just bland. You're really focusing on Haley Joel Osment, which you're mostly focusing on him.
I would say it's because it demands a quieter performance from Bruce Willis.
I
And
guess.
she's
I guess.
yeah. And like you see how badly the communication is between him and his mom. Like, I love the scene when she's getting breakfast for him, and then she comes back and all the
All the
drawers are
windows,
yeah,
yeah, the cupboards are open.
yeah,
His hands are hella cold.
yeah.
Like, ooh, that's freaky.
And then a scene when she's like, "Why did you move my mom's pendant? You know how devastated I would be if I moved it." And he's like, "It wasn't me. You're lying. Tell me the truth. It wasn't me. Go to your room."
Yeah, and then, but this is when the like spooky shit starts to happen, right?
Yeah, it all comes ahead in the party where the kid was forced to invite him and they lock him in. Again, I don't see how that's a prank, locking somebody in a dark room. Like, he's claustrophobic. Let's make him faint.
Yeah, oh, kids, and I agree 100% with the mom where it's like, don't let your kids touch my kid ever again.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Also
yeah,
doesn't
also,
help
yeah, that's fine.
that he hears voices, and then when he's at the hospital with Mal-
It's sorry, that scene where he looks into what this little cupboard in like upstairs. The fact that when you hear the dialogue, that the thing that's speaking to him
yeah,
in that cupboard, you could tell that this house was a slave house. And I was like, okay, Shyamalan, you okay? You pulling your punches, alright? Not you. You ain't pulling no punches. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, okay.
it's at the hospital that they keep him for a while because they expect abuse in the house, and the doctor who's asking question is
Is M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
No, the man will put himself in a movie. Trust me. Like
Yeah.
in every movie that you watch that he is there, then he will be there.
Oh yeah. And then that's where Cole reveals to Malcolm his big secret is that I see dead people. The thing is, they don't know they're dead. I thought that was the thing that put Shyamalan in the map on the map. Like, oh, he sees dead people. Okay, cool, nice twist. I
Was
didn't
like-
know about the second one
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
because every time I watch Mojo, it's like, oh, that's the twist that I see dead people. They never talked about the second one for good reason.
Yeah, yeah. Where you thought that this kid's being tormented by ghosts. No, that's just him. Like, ghosts just don't know that they're dead, and they just keep bothering this kid and just keep asking for help because just, for some reason he's the only one who sees them.
Yeah,
And yeah,
this is where shit starts ramping up because that's where you, the audience, sees the ghost. Like he sees that one abuse victim, and then he sees another kid who's like, "Hey, I found my dad's gun," and he,
then his brain's blown out. I was like,
yeah,
that was a cool scene. I do not. Okay. Here's one of my pet peeves, though. Like in Harry Potter and here, they keep doing that thing where the person's like very, very close to the mic, so you can hear every like saliva click. And I'm like, a lot of the times I just do this. Like when I'm watching the the movie, I'm like, I don't like hearing the like saliva clicks, and they keep doing it with Haley Joel Osment. I'm like, stop it! Stop putting the mic so close to his mouth.
yeah.
God.
It freaks him out so much. It's like, Mom, can I please stay with you? It even freaks the poor husky out. He's like, I don't know what's happening with this house. Please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dogs do have that sixth sense, right? Like that's the whole thing that they
Yeah.
do sense dead things. I'm like, ish.
Yeah. And then we go back to Malcolm, and you see that his wife is moving on, having an affair.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not having an affair. She's actually an affair.
Yeah.
To stay in continuity. She's having an affair. She's met a new guy because the marriage gone stale. They don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
As Malcolm said
They're
earlier.
like-
They're
yeah.
pretty much
The
strangers.
audacity of while he's in the basement. Jesus Christ.
And then like at the bookshop, or sorry, like the antique store
The
that
ring
they
shop.
work at. Huh?
Isn't it a ring shop?
You remember just like a couple of like antiques.
Yeah, it's the one
here.
where she's like, the couple is like arguing about the ring. It's like, oh, you don't love me no more. You won't buy me this expensive ring.
You'll understand. It's expensive. Yeah, but I do love that. It's very funny though.
Yeah.
Where the guy's like, "How much is it?" But the wife of Bruce Willis is just like, "Oh, if you feel attached to it, sometimes the ring picks the person," kind of talking.
um, and then, like when she gives him the antique book, Malcolm gets so mad he breaks the glass and just walks away. We're like, you know what? I won't mind the blood in my hand. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's why he ultimately tells Malcolm, like, I can't be your teacher, or teacher no more, or guidance counselor,
because he's like finally realizing, okay, what do you call it?
Yeah.
I'm prioritizing you over my wife.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show.
Yeah, I feel bad too when he's watching the old wedding videos.
Wedding?
Yeah, like, oh, how it used to be. Like, God damn it. But before that, when Cole told him that he sees dead people, he told Malcolm says, but what if they don't want to hurt you? What if they're just seeking help? And that's when the girl comes into play that's like vomiting vile stuff. We're like, what's up with this ghost? Why is it vomiting so much? And then Cole is like, you know what? Maybe he's right. Goes to the girl, is like, is there something you want to tell me? And then she tells him, and he asks Malcolm, like, I guess he asked Malcolm, like, can you please come with me and help me solve this?
I don't know, like first time watching it or like second time watching it, this scene still kind of got me going like this.
That's just because the vile stuff. Like, oh no.
No. Like I can handle throw up. It's just the like. Shyamalan's very good at like building up tension.
Yeah.
But underselling it once it starts to come up. Like when the ghost like shows their face.
Yeah.
It's not really
It's like, oh, you're here.
I was like, oh, okay. Like you're scared the whole time, and then when it comes, it's like, oh, okay.
You also find out like why he keeps collecting like church dolls or Mother Mary's and Jesus figures. He's like, maybe all of these combined will protect me.
Yeah, he has that little like tent with all those Jesus statues on it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, when you can't find a solution, when like the problem's so big, you kind of like accept any solution, whether it be like religious or occult-esque solutions.
Yeah. Like, look, man, if I'm an atheist, but if ghosts started haunting me, I put every religious symbol next to me. Like, please.
you start having like your Hindu / Muslim / Christian now.
Prayers.
Just
like, well, if this doesn't work, maybe this one will. But no, he goes to the girl's funeral. I would say wake. It was strange.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, who are you?
I mean, no, they could have gone with the simple route because once we got to the I see ghost part, you're like, okay, we're not as scared of the ghost anymore. We are fully accepting the fact that there are ghosts around, and he even sees like ghosts hung like in his school after the play, right?
Yeah, and he's like, you weren't kidding when you said men, women, children. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And he sees it everywhere.
Yeah.
I do love this scene where they could have just gone with, oh, he's starting to do like this whole ghost whisperer thing. If you watch that old show, where he just tells them like, oh, your daughter loves you, and she misses you, and you give them a trinket that was like very personal to the daughter. No. This whole scene was like, what the fuck? I forgot this was here.
Yeah, when the girl gives him the tape, and then he gets to that, and you think it's something wholesome, and becomes so much more sinister. You're like, hold a moment.
Yeah, I was like, that's messed up. Also, why did you keep the girl sick?
Yeah, is there like a financial reason?
Right, I feel like it'll be more like it'd have been smarter to just kill her off right off the bat instead of keeping her sick and stacking up the hospital bills.
And enough for her to unknowingly set up a device of like, I know my mom's poisoning me. I'll just record it, and hopefully I'll be alright enough to show Dad. Oh, I'm dead. Time to hunt.
Oh no, I don't think she was purposefully like trying to show that the mob was poisoning her. She was just trying to film her little uh, puppet show.
And you just forgot it.
But but like the mom came in and she just had to put it aside, immediately go to the bed. You know,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like she left it there by accident.
Yeah. And like after that's done, everybody's just like, you're you're in deep shit. You're under arrest.
Yeah. And the poor little like sisters like,
It's-
when's my sister coming back and shit? I was like, oh.
Not anymore. Like, that's a sad and interesting sentence because that's implied that she did visit her, and now that she has peace, she ain't. It's a beautiful shot of like also Malcolm looking up at the sky, like this girl has found composure, and hopefully the little sister will, some way, somehow.
Yeah, but the whole time though, it's like Malcolm's very quiet, very distant from everybody else. He just stands near Haley Joel Osment while Haley Joel Osment does more of the talking,
Yeah.
which kind of started to like. The only person that Bruce Willis has ever interacted with, or think that interacted with,
Yeah.
was Haley Joel Osment, the wife, and the mom. But nobody else. Those are the only people that he has talked to, besides the station. He has
Yeah.
shot himself. So you're just like,
Like, yeah, I guess he's just a really quiet,
Quiet.
unnoticeable man.
the man towers over like Haley Joel Osment too. Like
Yeah.
he's like a familiar or like a stand from JoJo.
But yeah, you see that after that, Cole learns to live in peace with the ghosts, and like he even gets makeup advice from one of the people who died in the fire in the school. Like, cool.
I love this scene. He finally like made amends with his like teacher, the one he called like Stuttering Stanley.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Who are you talking to?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just practicing my lines." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, let's go. You're up." And as they're walking, he was like, "Oh, did you know that there was a fire at the theater?" He's like, "Yeah, I know."
Huh? Of
Because
course
like
you know.
the ghost that like passes by has like a burnt face.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
And then he does the play, and he talks to Malcolm, and he's like, "Look, you don't need me anymore." Like, yeah, but can I pretend we'll still see each other? Sure. Like, in hindsight, this conversation, you're like, wait, like, I'm not gonna see you as in you're done, you're a good kid, or I'm
Right.
not gonna see you as in something else is happening.
Yeah, because I feel like you can still visit your psychiatrist now and then.
You're never done with. I hope if any geeks and degenerates watch this, the one takeaway is that you don't stop going to therapy because it's good for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You don't just find like like a quick resolution to like a problem.
Yeah.
You just keep going, just in case you have more problems that come up. Life is always changing, and Haley Joel Osment is like 10 years, so he has a whole life of therapy to go through.
Exactly. And then he finally tells his mom the truth while they're waiting because of the accident. And he's like, "I saw the accident. I know what happened to the girl. She dies." Like, how do you know? She's right by my
But
mom.
yeah, that's so freaky. Because like the mom's like, "How do you see it from here?" And she was like, she's standing right next to my window. You're like,
Like, you feel like the mom instantly gets it, but she's like, "I don't want to acknowledge it."
yeah, but then he starts talking about the grandma, and he's like, "Hey, that's not funny." But he starts saying like personal information, like the dance.
Like, she did watch you when you had that argument, and you thought she didn't watch it, but she did.
Yeah, but you're like, you're not supposed to know that shit. So
Yeah.
the mom like fully accepted the fact that her son sees dead people.
Yeah, though, I was like, damn, he's Shyamalan when he's like, you did ask her a question at her grave, and her response was every day, and she's like, oh, I asked her if I make her proud every day, and you're like, God damn it, Shyamalan, why do you have to hurt me?
You teared up.
Yeah,
I was
like, God damn it.
got me.
Yeah. And then we get to the second twist, where that really fucked me up. Whereas he's talking to his wife, because he took his advice, Cole's advice, like, why don't you talk to her while she's asleep? I was like, one, Cole, that's not good advice, but you know what? Sure. If it makes him happy, sure. And then the wife's like, why don't you leave me? He's like, I never left you.
And then she drops the ring.
No,
and
he
he's
drops
like,
his.
"Well,
He drops his ring.
no, she drops the ring.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it's what he wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah, like she had the ring in her hand. When she moved, the ring fell. He looked at his hand. He's like, "Oh, it's not there anymore."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No." First time watching it, I was like, "What?"
Like, we have 7 minutes left. How do we resolve this? And like, it gets cold for the wife to like, what? What?
And then you see the door with a red knob on it, and it was like, no wonder he couldn't open it because it was blocked. I was like, what? And then we get a flashback to him bleeding out and just dying on the bed.
Yeah,
And I was
because like, it's like entrance room, exit room. We're like, oh my god.
he was like, oh, that's not that bad. Oh shit.
It's not that bad. You're like,
Yeah, that was such a sad scene though, because it's like, I don't feel it anymore. Like,
yeah.
or it doesn't hurt anymore. It's like, oh.
Oh no. And then
Yeah, but, yeah.
the best thing to do is to let go.
Yeah, and she's like, good night, and I was like, oh.
And then-
like, again, I started tearing up, and I was like, God damn it, Shyamalan.
White screen, and it's just them kissing during their wedding, and then directed by M. Night Shyamalan. You're like, oh, how are you the guy who made Avatar: The Last Airbender movie?
Yeah, because, like, your thoughts on, like, oh, the first thing we were introduced to is the Avatar movie.
Yeah.
And then we watched this, and you're just like, my emotions! My emotions! And I'm like, how'd you get from point A to point Z in such a horrible way?
And then to point AA for a bit until glass. You're like, I see the pattern now.
Yeah, yeah. This did kind of like also. Haley Joel Osment seemed like he was doing some work already.
Yeah,
like he did
I'm
AI,
warming up
right?
too. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, goddamn, this is a good movie, and
Yeah.
I hope Shyamalan knows what he's good at and what he shouldn't tackle anymore. 'Cause-
Yeah, and like, it's nice to see Haley Joel Osment when, like, I gotta say, you got being realistic here in his prime. The
yeah.
last thing I saw Haley Joel Osment was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mine was the boy.
And right. He was at.
He was the
What
guy
was
who
he?
snitched on Butcher, and Butcher just ends him right then and there.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Which
well,
is kind of like a little bit of a commentary on his actual life, where he was like, right, he was like a superhero who was like a child star,
yeah.
and then just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah. But I'm glad slowly, like, he's getting like voice acting gigs and like small roles here and there. I'm like, good for you, man.
Yeah. Because Haley Joel Osment, sure, we've seen him in like, the 90s, but he's not that old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things being said, what would you rate this movie?
No, I'm gonna give this one a solid 8 out of 10. Because, sure, we didn't get much of Bruce Willis. He was more of a quiet character here, for good reason. And yes, it flew past my head. Like, the whole twist thing where he's actually dead. When the first time watching this, I was like, I did not expect that. Sure, Watch Mojo said a shit ton of stuff, but like they didn't spoil it.
Yeah.
Unless you went through the spoiler part. But Haley Joel Osment did an amazing job. As I said, he pretty much carried this movie. Toni Collette was also great as the mom. I do love that scene where when the cupboards were all open and you're like, were you looking for something? He's like,
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Like, that's such a grown-up excuse to make. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to freak out my mom. I don't want to say that there's ghosts around the house. Just act like you're the one who opened all of them.
Yeah.
It's like, again, amazing acting from Haley Joel Osment. The story was great, and when it wanted you to cry, it made you cry.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Nitpicks don't really count as deductive points, but please stop putting the mic so close to people's mouths. I really hate that shit. I don't want to hear every click or clack of their mouth. Unless it's an ASMR video, I guess.
um,
Yeah.
I'll give this. You know what? I'll give this a 9. Like, if those two emotional punches really did it for me, and the acting is pretty good. Like, I do like seeing Bruce Willis in quieter roles, and like, it's like right around the time before he starts phoning stuff in. You're like, I remember when you cared. Haley Joel Osment and Toni Collette are pretty amazing in this movie too, and like I forgot what movie Toni Collette did after that, because the only movie I think I remember her being in was Hereditary, which is like years after, so I'm not
Yeah.
that sure. But yeah, it's a really damn good movie, and that is why everybody was celebrating Shyamalan's name until when it started going bad, I guess. The Happening.
We should do a review of The Happening. I would love to. No.
No.
What? I didn't see the acting flaws because I was like, I didn't know what good acting was. But I remember seeing that kid from Cat in the Hat get shot. And that was the first time I ever experienced like a kid getting killed in a movie. I was like, huh?
They can do that. Somewhere Neil Druckmann's like, I'm kidding. No.
That's like a good idea.
But yeah, 9, 8. Yeah, that's been our video for The Sixth Sense. Please comment down your favorite or least favorite Shyamalan movie, or the one you like having fun with, whether that's The Happening or Airbender or After Earth. Please comment down below.
Right. Get After Earth. Was there a twist in that one?
That I thought it was good. It was going to be. If you want to see more of us, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to see more of us on YouTube. It helps us a lot. We're also at Facebook, Spotify, and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Facebook to see us react to trailers, stream video games, and about our lives from time to time. Individually, you can find me at Gandalfus1995 on Twitter. How about you?
Yo, what's an IG?
Yes.
Yeah, you can find me at JohnGO_M_ on Instagram. It is my account.
And that's all the time we have. Next week, we'll be talking about action movies, including 2 beloved comic book action movies. So, yeah. And we've been waiting a long time to talk about one of them at least. But that's all the time we have for now. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Yeah?
The last time I saw him was...
Hold up. Sorry.
Those are the dogs from Lady in the Water.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Wait, no!